You don't know what this is, do you?
Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. As lead representative Weatherby Swann and his 12-year-old girl, Elizabeth, sail to Port Imperial, Jamaica, their vessel, HMS Bold, experiences a wreck with a last one standing, the youthful Will Turner, drifting among the destruction. Elizabeth finds and conceals a gold emblem she found around the oblivious Will's neck, dreading he would be blamed for robbery. She then, at that point, sees a spooky privateered transport, the Dark Pearl, vanishing into the fog. After 8 years, Chief James Norrington of the English Illustrious Naval Force is elevated to Commodore. At his service, he proposes to Elizabeth. Before she can respond to, her overfixed bodice makes her weak and tumble off the defense, tumbling into the strait. The emblem she is wearing transmits a strange heartbeat through the water. In the meantime, Privateer Chief Jack Sparrow has shown up in Port Imperial to secure a boat. Seeing Elizabeth fall, he safeguards her, however Norrington remembers him as the infamous privateer and he is captured. He escapes and ducks into a metalworker shop where he experiences Will Turner, presently a smithy's understudy and self-trained master fighter. Following a blade battle with Turner, Sparrow is thumped oblivious and imprisoned, set to be hanged the following day. That evening, Port Regal is blockaded by the Pearl, noting the emblem's puzzling call. Elizabeth is caught and conjures conference and understanding, guaranteeing one's security until meeting and haggling with the rival side. Not wishing to uncover that she's the lead representative's girl, Elizabeth tells Chief Barbassa her family name is Turner. She haggles for the privateers to stop the assault on Port Imperial in return for the emblem. Barbassa concurs, yet, utilizing an escape clause in their understanding, keeps Elizabeth detainee, accepting she is the way to breaking an old revile they are under. At the point when Commodore Norrington won't make a quick move, Will, who loves Elizabeth, convinces Chief Jack Sparrow to assist him with protecting her in return for liberating him from prison. Jack concurs solely after learning Will's last name is Turner. In the wake of securing the HMS Interceptor, Jack and Will enlist a team in Tortuga with assistance from Jack's close buddy, Gibbs, a previous bosun in the Imperial Naval Force. They set forth for Isla de Muerta, a secretive island. Jack realizes the privateers will go to break the revile. While on course, Will finds out about Jack's past. He was once the chief of the Pearl, yet when he shared the course to a secret chest of Aztec gold coins, first mate Barbassa incited a rebellion and marooned Jack on an island. Jack got away from 3 days after the fact. The privateers found and spent the fortune, however before long educated it was reviled and had transformed them into close godlike skeletal creatures whose genuine structures are just uncovered in moonlight. The revile must be lifted when each coin and each privateer's blood is gotten back to the chest. William Bootstrap Bill Turner, Jack's just ally, sent a coin to his child, Will, accepting the team ought to stay reviled for how they jacked. Barbassa had Bootstrap attached to a cannon and tossed over the edge, just to acknowledge later that his blood is likewise expected to break the revile. A Turner relative must now have his spot. In a cavern loaded with treasure on Isla de Muerta, Barbassa, accepting Elizabeth is Bootstrap's youngster, blesses the last coin with her blood and drops it into the chest. Obviously, the revile stays solid. Arriving at the island, Will suspects Sparrow might deceive him and takes him out. He protects Elizabeth, and they get away to the Interceptor. Jack deals with Barbassa, saying he will uncover Bootstrap's genuine kid in return for the Pearl. Jack's exchanges fail miserably, nonetheless, when the Pearl seeks after the Interceptor, sinking her and taking the team hostage. Will uncovers that he is Bootstrap Bill's child and requests that Elizabeth and the group be liberated, or he will shoot himself and fall over the edge, lost for eternity. Barbassa concurs, yet shrewdly applies one more escape clause and maroons Elizabeth and Jack on a remote location, a similar island Jack was on decade prior, and tosses Jack's group into the brig. Will is taken to Isla de Muerta for the custom. On the island, Elizabeth finds reality behind how Jack truly got off the island. The island that Jack was detained on was utilized as a store by rum sprinters, who were since a long time ago bankrupt. Elizabeth consumes a neglected store of rum to make a sign fire that is spotted by Norrington. She persuades Norrington to safeguard Will by tolerating his previous engagement proposition. Getting back to Isla de Muerta, Norrington sets a snare outside the cavern while Jack heads inside and convinces Barbassa to shape a coalition. He advises him to postpone breaking the revile until after they have taken the Bold and killed the group. Jack then, at that point, eliminates a coin from the chest, delivering himself everlasting. Be that as it may, anything Jack's genuine expectation is, his arrangement turns out badly when Barbossa orders his group to invade the Courageous from submerged. Elizabeth penetrates the Pearl, liberates Jack's team and annihilates the two privateers protecting it. She attempts to enroll the team's assistants, yet they reject and snatch the Pearl while Elizabeth heads to the island to help Will. Elizabeth saves Will and together they annihilate the three reviled privateer monitors while Jack, undying, uncovers his actual loyalty and fights Barbossa. Jack flips his bloodied coin to Will, who returns the last two emblems to the chest, adding his own blood to his, breaking the revile. Jack then shoots Barbossa in the heart with the shot he had put something aside for a very long time. At this point, not unfading, the injured Barbossa falls dead. Acknowledging they are not generally reviled, the now mortal privateers give up to the naval force. Back in Port Regal, Jack is going to be executed. Accepting Jack has the right to live, Will salvages him. Both are immediately caught, however Elizabeth loans her help and announces her affection for Will. Will is conceded one more exculpation, having been recently gotten free from taking the interceptor, and is permitted to wed Elizabeth with the gift of Norrington and lead representative Swann. Jack escapes by jumping, tumbling, from the stronghold and into the Narrows. His team, who got away with the Pearl, salvages him and makes him skipper. Norrington is adequately intrigued to permit him one day's early advantage prior to giving pursuit.